خب امروز من میخوام نشون میدم که today I want to show you guys how I make a lot of food for the coronavirus era. I make a lot of soups, a big pot of soup once a week, and these are basically beans, various beans you can get from any store or delivered to you. Soak them overnight in water for 24 hours, 12 hours at least overnight, and then I put them in a Vitamix blender. I put them in a Vitamix blender with a lot of water, blend it all up. The water, the soaking you do overnight, and after you dump the water out, basically make sure that a lot of the gas-causing elements are dumped out, so the beans are not making much digestive gas anymore. And then when you blend it, and after you blend it with filtered water, it makes it really fast to cook. So when you put it in a pot to cook, it's a lot faster and it doesn't stink as much. It doesn't stink up your house. And the beans give you a lot of protein, basically. You can add some caramelized onions. I've done this. These are pre-chopped ones that I bought ages ago, but you could take a hammer even to real onions, and or just buy onion fries, actually dried ones. And you could add it, or you may not have to. So you dump it all in a pot with some oil. If you want to add fried onion, you can. I fry these very fast, actually, on a magnetic stove cooktop, and I do it usually outside. It doesn't stink as much, and it's really fast. The cast iron pots with a magnetic cooktop really cook it efficiently and very quickly. But for some soups, you can add the onion. For some other soups, you may not want to. So once you have the beans in a pot, you can add vegetable stock. You can move it in any direction you want. If you want to have a more Central Asian Silk Road type of a osh soup, you can add a lot of dry herbs. You can order a lot of dry herbs from Amazon Pantry, from Walmart, from sadaf.com, which is a Persian websites where they sell a lot of dry goods and spices and so forth. You can add turmeric and all kinds of Middle Eastern spices, push it in that direction, and the herbs, basically green herbs, kind of counter the taste of beans, basically. You can add vegetable stock, you can add dry herbs, you can if you have scallions from your garden, or dry a minced onion or garlic, you want to add that to counter to balance the taste of the beans. You can do that. You can also add ginger if you like that bite of the ginger. You can use coconut oil or sesame seed oil. This is again another item from Costco that I use a lot. Coconut oil, sesame seed oil. I order it from a lot of Asian stores like Marukai and so forth in Los Angeles. At the end, if you want, you can add some Tillamook cheddar cheese to it if you want to. Gives it more of a cheesy kind of a mix at the end. And this one you can order from Costco and they deliver still. One of my all-time favorite items from Costco is the Stone Mill spinach artichoke and Parmesan dip. I use it on sandwiches, I use it in salads, and I use it like goat cheese in my soups too. Like cash, as they would do in Central Asian Silk Road types of soups. You just add a little bit of that to give it some taste. You can still order that from Costco. And so here I have used cabbage, shredded apple that I got from Costco. Also, apples will keep pretty well in this weather for a long time, especially in the fridge. Cabbage wholes, I bought like 8 or 9 of them. Shredded, dump it in here. Beets also from Costco. Walnut from Costco. And with burrata cheese and that Stone Mill dip. I use it in my salads, I use it in soups, and I use it in my sandwiches or spreads. This is also white truffle oil that I got from Costco ages ago. You can still order these, I think, and add it to your soup if you want. At the end, even Usher, the whole Central Asian, I use truffle oil in it sometimes. You can use garlic powder. You can use turmeric or turmeric. You can use smoked paprika, makes a lot of foods tasty in a very quick and cheap way. You know, it's such a magical thing that you can overdo it and use it too often. A dried onion, you know, granulated onion, that's another good idea. And of course, all kinds of other spices. Soy sauce, definitely I use sometimes in my ash or different soups. Instead of salt, it can work pretty well. Chili, cinnamon, all kinds of Asiatic and other types of spices, ginger powder, and so forth. I bought a lot of grapeseed oil from Costco a few months ago, and I kept them because, again, in a time of famine, you need oils, and this is a pretty good oil, and it's pretty healthy. So the main point is that every week I make a completely different type of soup. Here, this is fried mint, which I get from Silk Road Persian cuisine. That's that dip. There's corn in there. There's also sorts of other vegetables. You can use your creativity, and every week just use a few different herbs and a few different spices, and practically have a completely different soup depending on your taste and what you like, from dried beans and dry herbs and all kinds of dry other things. So these are just a few ideas. I hope it helps. And you know, all kinds of spices. I mean, there's no end to how many spices you can use. I also use Greek yogurt from Costco in conjunction with the frozen strawberries. Put the yogurt first in a Vitamix. Put the yogurt first in the Vitamix. Add a tiny bit of salt, a very tiny bit of stevia with your strawberries, and then you have strawberry smoothies that could replace your lunch or dinner if you want to lose weight, and it's a low residue diet also. So good for fissures and hemorrhoids and so forth. But also it's a good nice dessert. So you have strawberry yogurt desserts for a few days, and that's a nice added thing too. Greek yogurt and strawberries, frozen strawberries. You can order these from Costco with Instacart also. And these are beets that I get from Costco also, and they keep pretty well. They're pretty preserved in plastic. They come in plastic boxes. You can freeze them and unfreeze them later. Another great idea for salads is that you can actually freeze avocados. So once the avocado ripens completely, you put it in the freezer, you let it freeze, the water oozes out a little bit. Later on, when you do need the avocado, you put your avocado in a warm water bath, a glass of water or something, let it sit for half an hour or a few minutes, take it out, let it sit outside for an hour, and then your avocado is ready to use, just new, and it looks fresh and perfect. So you can actually freeze avocados whole with the skin. That's another idea for salads and so forth. Sun-dried tomatoes from Costco, also great for pizzas. If you want to make some pizzas, you can just buy cheese pizza, frozen cheese pizza from Costco. They're actually pretty good. You can still order them. And this is sun-dried tomatoes. You can add on top of that cheese. You can still order from Costco. Add extra interesting Gouda or whatever beautiful cheese you like to your pizza, and you get pretty nice pizzas out of it. Sun-dried tomatoes, sun-dried olives, so forth. Okay. Bulk chamomile flowers from Amazon. Bulk, they come in bulk. I think they're 10-15 bucks. Very good for teas. You can also use them in some foods. With some of your food, you can use in the Blendtec or in the Vitamix, you can use walnuts, or you can just use peanut butter. You can still order bottles of peanut butter and just add it to your soup and give it a more Asiatic, more Thai kind of a flavor. But Persians also use in Fesenjun, they use walnuts, basically crushed pulverized walnuts. So it gives your soup a kind of a yummier and fattier kind of a taste. And Davidson's peppermint from Amazon also in bulk. Sometimes these things are funky. Depending on what brand you buy on Amazon, they can kind of be a little bit funky, have a funky taste. But the chamomile is very good. Their chamomile, especially depending on the time of the year, can be really nice. Frontier's spearmint leaf, it's really nice.